Our votes for president have been tallied. We have, for president, Donald Trump, 36 votes. For Ron Paul, 1 vote. And for John Kasich, 1 vote. By the way, Texas now puts President Trump over the top.
Steve Chaggaris is our CBS News senior political editor. He's in Washington. All right, so Steve, in his statement, Mr. Trump claims a quote-unquote landslide victory, even though he lost the popular vote by almost 3 million. What did you make of his response to the official Electoral College victory?
Well, it's definitely not a landslide in terms of Electoral College victory. I think it's about 46 out of 58 presidential elections in terms of the Electoral College win. So it's sort of in the lower tier of victories there. But I mean, what he's trying to do here is basically show that his election was legitimate. And to his point, which is he lost the popular vote, won the Electoral College. And so this is really an effort to sort of speak to voters and say, hey, regardless of those numbers, I'm your president and I'm legitimately your president.
As you know, Steve, the backdrop to all of this is the Trump transition team's reluctance to acknowledge Russian interference in the election. Do you expect any shift from that now?
Well, it's interesting. So, some of the people who were trying to get the Electoral College to change their mind were using the Russian hacking as part of the argument in the last couple of weeks. But really, I think that boils down to Democrats who really just wanted to see Hillary Clinton win and didn't really like Donald Trump. Now, as we're past this hurdle or this part of the process, it's interesting. I think over the weekend you heard people close to Donald Trump, at least on the Sunday shows, start to hint that they might be turning a corner on acknowledging the Russian hacking part of this. We'll see how that goes moving forward. Now that Trump is officially president-elect, at least constitutionally, it'll be very interesting to listen closely to Trump and the people close to him about what they say about Russian hacking.
Yeah, we'll be paying close attention to that. Let me ask you this, Steve. Hillary Clinton actually lost more votes to so-called faithless electors than Mr. Trump did. Now, does the role of these faithless electors, you think, really matter?
Well, no, generally they don't. But what's interesting in the case of Washington State, it was part of a larger effort to really try to point to the Electoral College and really trying to sway Trump voters in other states. Keep in mind, Washington State was a state that was won by the Democrat Hillary Clinton. So it really didn't matter whether they voted for Hillary Clinton or not, because she was not going to get a majority of the electoral votes. But they were trying to show others in other states, saying, vote your conscience. We can do it here. You should be able to do it where you are. Unfortunately for them, they didn't really sway any electors, Republican electors around the country. So their effort to do that fell short. Now, I think what they'll try to do moving forward is to try to argue that the Electoral College should be replaced by popular vote only. We'll see how far that goes. We know historically there have been hundreds of efforts to try to alter or get rid of the Electoral College, and none of them have succeeded so far.
All right, Steve Chaggaris in Washington for us. Steve, thanks so much.
Thanks, Elaine.